you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi!
Hi!
Welcome to the March 23rd through 27th General Hospital recap. And Amanda and I are practicing social distancing and we're going by Zoom even though we are in the same town.
Yep.
I don't like this.
I'm glad we're both on the same page. It's just not the same.
It's not. And I really thought about it and they say, you shouldn't be exposed to more than 10 people or whatever. And I was like, Amanda's in my 10. You're definitely one of the 10 people that I have seen.
Right.
Or
and I haven't seen anyone new since I saw you last. Like, it's just been me and the kids all week.
Yeah. And I mean, even pretty much since I got home, well, I can't say since I got home from Nashville, but since we've been on lockdown, whatever. Right. I mean, absolutely. I've physically seen other people, like when we go for walks in the neighborhood, but
right, no close.
One of the 10 that I've been the closest to. So,
right.
But we thought we would set a good example for those kids. And
yes.
I mean, and in all fairness, how can we expect them to not want to go see their friends if?
Right. No, it makes sense. And that's why we're doing it, but I still don't like it.
We cannot like it. I know.
Exactly. We're allowed to not like something as long as we're still following through. And that's what we're doing.
Exactly. We're responsible adults.
Yeah. That's what's no fun.
This whole adulting thing.
Just in general, being a responsible adult is no fun.
No. But I did want to give a quick reminder that our signed script contest ends today when you're listening to this, March 30th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you haven't had a chance to yet, go to bit.ly/GHscript and there will be a link in the show notes and you can follow the instructions on how to enter.
Make sure that GHS is capitalized.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Thank you. But other than that, where do you want to get started?
I don't know. This one was all over the place. I felt like they hit a couple minutes on every topic, but they didn't dwell on anything. It just brought a lot, like the fact at one point there was 3 new doctors in the hospital all within 2 seconds of each other.
Right.
That was crazy.
Well, so I did look to see, I didn't really recognize the name Lynn when Monica said, and just give Wiley to Nurse Lynn.
Yes.
And so I did look. She has been on the show since March 2019, but she's only been in 6 episodes.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll get to see her more and learn more about her.
That was I pay attention to that. So good job.
I was just when Monica said Nurse Lynn, and I'm like, who's Nurse Lynn? But yeah, apparently she's had a name. But Felix is back.
Felix is back, but there was no big to-do about that, right? He just kind of happened to be at the nurse's station.
It felt like it's like when Nurse Amy comes back.
Okay, she just happened to be working a different floor the past God knows how long.
However many months, which, I mean,
okay.
She should be coming back soon too, because the nurses' ball should be right around the corner.
Yes.
What if this coronavirus impacts the nurses' ball?
No, we're not going there.
Because we don't know when that 7 weeks started.
I heard they have enough through April 7th, which is not that far away
April
from where
7th?
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been... No!
And people were suggesting on Facebook that then they should start from the very beginning, play episode 1 and go forward. But someone else said that they can't do that because they don't have the rights to it.
Huh.
I don't know. Legally, I guess they can't redo that if that person's correct.
Well, SoapNet played, for the 50th anniversary, SoapNet played 50 hours of General Hospital. And they started with the first episode.
Oh, so maybe they can. I don't know.
That would be so cool.
That would be so cool, but then that would frustrate me when it did come back because then you'd get caught up in that storyline and you just get cut off the same way.
I hope that at least if they do show the old episodes, they do more than one in a sequence Like maybe do 3 or 4 out of like a Sunny Brenda story so that you're not.
Maybe 1 week per year.
We can do that. That'll give us another 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, April 1st will be their 59th season. No, 59th or 58th.
Or 58, yeah. Now that you said that, I'm like, wait.
So April 1st will be their 58th season, going into their 58th season.
58, okay. I think that's what I've seen on all the different soap boards, but I wasn't sure the way that they wrote it, if it was celebrating the end of the 58th year or starting the 58th year. So I'm assuming that you're right.
They'll be starting the 58th year. And Hulu lets us know that it's the 50th season.
Yes, yes. I love that every time it comes up. My kids are like, how many seasons? And I'm like, I told you. It's been on for a really long time.
And it's not going to stop now.
No, it's not going to stop now. I don't think, there's so many of us that love that show. I don't think that this is going to be the end of it. There's no way.
No, and I mean, everyone's in the same boat. So if they fall behind on taping, it's for a good reason.
Exactly. And I'm sure they're not the only show, obviously, that stopped taping. All of those shows aren't going to just not come back because of coronavirus.
Well, Days of Our Lives taped 6 months ahead, so they are the safest.
Oh, that's good. Good for them.
Maybe this could change how far ahead they tape. Okay, so we just had some technical difficulties with Zoom, but we're back. Kind of forget a little bit of where we left off, but let's just pick up.
We were talking about Felix, and then we jumped to the nurse's ball, and then we jumped to how long they've been how long they might have to be off the air then, because they haven't taped that far.
We should just end that train of thought.
Yes, we're going to just stop there, because it's not going to mess up the nurse's ball, and move forward. But the way that they brought Felix in, was just where we started, was I thought maybe I missed something. Like I started rewinding, and then I thought, I'm not going to rewind the entire episode, but I was watching while I was doing laundry. And so I looked up, and there he was, and I was waiting for, oh, Felix, you're back from wherever the heck he's been. And there was none of it. So I'm glad I didn't miss anything.
Well, and then they talked about Lucas has been working too hard. And I thought that he was maybe going to work himself into a nervous breakdown or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't see him the rest of the week.
Right. He got snippy with Felix, and that was the end.
Which was very out of character for Lucas. I mean, through this whole thing, he's definitely been devastated, but not.
Yeah.
He's still been Lucas to the people who.
Right.
Yeah. Because he's never had anything bad with Felix. So.
Exactly. But maybe this is how they're going to show that he is throwing himself into a breakdown. And maybe the fact that Wiley's in the hospital now is going to be the trigger that puts him over the edge.
Maybe. So I might be unpopular in this thought.
Okay.
I can totally understand now.
Yes. Once she explained herself. At first, when she said no, I think everyone was having the same thought process of she's just being a jerk because she can be. But once she said her real concerns to Michael, that made sense. But I also thought that Carly did a really good job of telling her for real, like, here's your chance to be the good guy. You don't want to waste this.
Absolutely. I agree. And I was waiting for her, but then when she was just rattling off all this internet doctor research, I was like, please don't do this. Please don't. But then it occurred to me, I was like, wait, she was a victim of her surgery. She
was.
It was totally an elective, but it was beyond an elective surgery that she was.
Right. And for her to have complications, I don't think they've ever told us, or else I didn't remember, that she has underlying issues still, that she's on medication and all that from that surgery. I mean, I know, you're on medication if you've had a transplant, but I didn't realize that it was still affecting her day to day.
Right. And at first I thought Michael was really going to understand that and maybe just give her a little bit of time and try to be compassionate towards her.
Yes.
But instead he's going for an emergency injunction, which he has to do for his child,
Right.
But I get it. I totally get it. It's.
Right. I see both sides of it. He's, not that he remembers being through the surgery, but he knows that his quality of life wouldn't have been the same without the surgery. So Wiley should get that same chance. But you can see Nelle's side of it. I don't know. It makes me wonder, are they going to try to make her a good person now? 'Cause I don't know that I'm ready to like Nelle.
I don't think that'll ever happen, but I think that did humanize her a tiny bit.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, I'm not ready to like her. Yeah.
Although Carly locking her on the roof.
of such a typical Carly move.
It was. I
But at
did
least she
like,
went first. Maybe that's showing Carly's maturity. She tried to talk to her first. Back in the day, she would have just locked her on the roof without even having a conversation.
very true. I did like that Carly and Nina clicked.
Yes.
And Nina was totally like, yes, I know this, Carly. Yes, I know this.
I don't know that Nelle's that dumb though. I think they're counting on Nelle to let her guard down more than I think Nelle normally would.
Maybe. But maybe she also does feel like she should have that connection with Nina where she's also been
right.
Not in her same situation, but I mean, that's how she got her job was by saying, you've been in my shoes, you know?
Yes.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I thought Maxie was overreacting with Valentine being a silent partner.
It was not what I expected. I mean, yeah, she definitely, I was so mad at Lucy though.
Yes, Lucy should have said something, but you knew that she didn't. That's just Lucy.
Yeah, but not even to Sasha, you know, and
that's where I think the problem comes in. Sasha, especially being a partner, has a right to know who else is investing.
Right, because without Sasha, she would not even have Deception, even possibly coming back.
Right.
Valentine stuck to his guns though and was like, silent partner, you're not going to have to deal with me.
Exactly. He just wanted to make it known that he was part of it, which is a typical move, I feel like, on Valentine's side.
I did say that Brooklyn should go work for Nina.
That would be good. I feel like she has a good sense of style that she could bring into the magazine and helping all of that instead of just selling off her ELQ shares. That's going to be a disaster.
It is. I'm like, it's going to be horrible.
It is. But I can see where she's coming from. She's right. If you do tough love, there's supposed to be a soft spot somewhere there. And Ned is not showing that.
No, it's not even, I can help you as a dad figure out the steps to take next.
Right. Exactly.
You can't work for me, but let's brainstorm and figure out what you can do.
Exactly.
In all fairness, though, she is old enough that she should be able to figure out how to work. But
I mean, I feel like, you know, even if you've never been an assistant before, that we don't put private information all over the internet. We had that conversation last week, but I don't know. They kind of keep all of them dependent on the family business. So if that's how you're raising them, you have to at least help them when you no longer want them in the family business.
Just reminded me of Prince Harry and Meghan. They're not helping them figure out their next life, their next move.
That's true.
But Meghan has lived as an adult.
Exactly. Right.
The flip side, like, so she can at least guide her prince.
Been in the palace for their entire lives and then just suddenly got kicked out. They've had some real world experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I knew that was the way the storyline was going to go because they want her to end up selling her shares, but that's going to be a huge storyline then.
What does Valentine want with them?
I don't know. I still haven't figured it out.
I mean, we know that he wants the majority rolling ownership of ELQ, but
why does he have this vendetta against the Quartermaines? I don't know yet.
He did tell Michael not to cross him.
He did, but
Michael hasn't been a long-term big threat. It was rightfully done, you know. I mean, he messed with his girlfriend, so.
Exactly. I don't know. I'll be excited to see where it goes, but I'm not getting it yet.
Me neither.
Amanda, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for me to pick out my FabFitFun selections.
Oh my gosh, you were so excited with the last box. What are you going to get this time?
I love FabFitFun. Seriously, I've been using it for over a year, and at first I was like, do I really want to, spend money on that? Yes.
I know how excited
you get over $200 worth of products for only $49.99, and it's once a quarter.
That's not bad at all.
No, not at all. One of the items that I'm getting in my spring box is a light therapy anti-wrinkle light. I've seen them listed other places for well over $100, and that's going to be included in my box. They also have robes, different lotions, sprays. There's a really cute umbrella on there. Tons of things for you to pick out.
You're making me want one.
You could go to our website, pure54podcast.com, and just go under the savings tab and click the get offer button under the FabFitFun. Make sure to use promo code RAINBOW and you get $10 off your first box. That's a deal. It's amazing. So go check out our website, pure54podcast.com, And make sure to use promo code RAINBOW for $10 off your first box. And you're going to love it.
Do you have an idea for a podcast but don't know where to start? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Anchor is such an easy way to record and edit a podcast, and you can do it from either your phone or computer. Best part is you don't have to worry about getting it out there. Anchor distributes to many platforms, so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. You can start making money right away without having a minimum number of listeners, too. Anchor really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place.
I do like that Britt's back and like being herself whenever she told off Nicholas.
Totally smacked him for Spencer.
Exactly. And that she said she had talked to Spencer. That makes me happy that they continued a relationship.
Yep. That is really sweet. I really liked at the very end of Friday when she was like, you don't text someone you up if you want to get dinner.
Yep, I made that note too. Booty call.
Just a bit.
But it was nice of Julian to not treat her like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was very gentlemanly, you know.
Yeah.
I'll buy you dinner first.
Exactly. Good job, Julian. And it was nice that he was there for Alexis, but I was so disappointed in her for drinking.
I screamed.
Did you?
I was screaming at her. I mean, I said, yes, I screamed at Alexis. I am glad that she did not have a second, and she did get a hold of someone to pick her up.
Yes.
But she didn't try to call anyone before her first.
Right. Exactly. I think because the bartender kind of sprung it on her.
Yeah.
You know, which that wasn't really his fault. If you're at a bar, we don't assume that you're an alcoholic. So he was trying to be nice. But yeah, I didn't scream at the TV, but I was watching intently, like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. And then she picked it up and drank it.
I was going, no. But
I love it. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I was going to say, I love that even though her and Julian have such a sordid past, that he is still always there for her in that way.
I love that when she was like, you're not going the right way to my house. And he's like, no, I'm taking you to a meeting.
Exactly.
You know, he did what she needed, even if it's not what I think that she wanted to go though.
But I think that she didn't know how to ask for what she wanted at that point. She was just embarrassed and trying to justify it. And I guess justify is not the right word, because she did take responsibility for she's an alcoholic. She wasn't trying to blame it on anyone else. But I don't think I don't think she wanted to get into, you know, a 4-hour conversation about it. It was, I made the mistake. I called you to pick me up. Now let's move forward from it, kind of thing.
And I think that he respected it, and he was like, okay.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I liked the friendship this week. Julian with Alexis, and then Franco with Ava. Talking about Trina. That was so sweet.
It was.
I like him as much as I don't want to always like him.
He can talk to her. You know, he can reach her.
Right.
Where a lot of people can't. And I mean, that she was breaking my heart watching Portia and Trina.
Yes.
Portia softened this week.
A little bit. But
so,
I still thought she was ridiculous for yelling at Ava. Why didn't you call the school? Or why didn't you call me? If, like, Trina's not a 10-year-old. She's almost at an adult. So if she shows up, I assume that she knows she's allowed to be here, that class is let out early, or she has an excuse, or now she's being homeschooled because Jocelyn and Cam are, I don't know, something like that. It's not Ava's responsibility to babysit your kid. She's there to work.
Well, and I know someone whose senior year of high school went to school in the morning and had a job in the afternoon because they had some kind of like a work release or something, and it wasn't VOTEC.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like that. You know, why wouldn't, she's been there during the day before. So.
Exactly.
What do you think's happening to Mike?
I think we're nearing the end. I know you don't want to hear it.
I hope they let him sing in the nurse's ball before he goes.
Oh, that would be cute. Give him one last good day and it be the nurse's ball. That would be really cute.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I hope that happens. But the fact that she's saying he didn't realize that he couldn't make the connection that the pain was coming from his hand.
Yeah.
That makes it seem like he's pretty far gone. I'm not ready for that either. That's a scene I'll be crying doing for sure.
Yeah. So isn't Jordan already complicit by letting Cyrus bring drugs into the area?
Yeah.
Okay. Because when she said, like, I can't let you do blah, 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 whatever, because then I'll be complicit. And it's like, but you already are.
Right. Which is basically what Harmony already said to her was, you can't back out of this now because Cyrus can already show that you're a dirty cop because you let the drugs in. So you have no power now.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen there.
I don't know. I'm annoyed with that storyline. I just don't like Jordan, and the fact that she was trying to handle it on her own, but she wasn't really doing a good job of handling it on her own. And you have to be stupid to think that Jason and Sonny weren't going to make that connection. All of a sudden, your son hasn't been here for how long, and now you're changing routes so that drug lords can bring their stuff in? Like, come on.
Well, especially with the tools that they have at their disposal.
Yes.
Which work very well virtually, but my God, Spinelli cannot.
But you knew that was coming. Why did they even let that happen? Sam should have said, no, do not do that. I'm sorry, Spinelli. Look at their phone records, look up their internet records, look up whatever you need to, their hotel bills, whatever. But you absolutely cannot follow them because we all know he's awful at that.
And try to take pictures of them right up against the window?
Right.
I mean, it was moving too fast.
Yeah. Wow.
They got very detailed with that.
They did. It was rocking back and forth, so even if I would have taken pictures, they would have been blurry. That was funny.
I did look up the New York State unlawful surveillance second degree, and it was section 250.45.
Oh, well, good.
And then Alexis was correct also whenever she said, yeah, that's the peeping Tom thing. She's like, that's not what happened here,
She was on it. So I have to ask, were you getting undressed or in a sexual situation? That was great.
Yep. I did like that she reminded both Spinelli and Sam that they almost didn't have the ability to go home to their kids.
Yes.
I can't believe Sam laid into her like that.
I can't believe she laid into her, but at the same time, I can't believe that Alexis was being so dismissive also. Sam and Jason aren't a new relationship that Sam's just going to get over. So 2 years is a really long time, and coincidentally the same amount of time that she needs to stay away from Neil, and she's not doing it. So
why don't they just have some good mother-daughter bonding for the next 2 years?
That's a lot of bonding.
Might keep them both out of trouble.
It might, but so far it's not. They're just arguing.
I wonder how they're going to take Alexis having a drink.
I don't know. I'm hoping that keeps Molly busy because I'm assuming from how she was walking down the hallway that she heard what Sonny and Jason said. And if she tries to put her nose in it and play investigator and blows this all up, that's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that was my only note for that. I said, Molly, just stay out of it.
Where's Christina? We've talked about this.
I don't know. I wish they would just say she's going on vacation. She's doing a spring break. She's sick at home for a week or something.
Mm-hmm.
They drop off the face of the earth.
Yeah. I don't know. Although Molly said that she's not ready for marriage now, so now she's changed her mind?
Right, because when he asked that, she said no, never.
Mm-hmm.
So now that he's gone, you suddenly change your mind? No, it's not supposed to work that way.
Unfortunately, it does. A lot of the time.
Yeah. Absence makes
they have that moment of clarity and everything.
I hope so, but I don't. I also feel like TJ deserves better. After 8 years, you should have already had that moment of clarity that you couldn't not be with that person.
Yeah.
I didn't have any favorite lines this week. Normally someone says something. Well, Britt said to Elizabeth, okay, Miss Nurse Perfect or something like that. And that was kind of fun. Nothing else.
I did like that Nina said she has a problem with the word crazy because that is such a tough one.
Yes.
And she stood her ground on it when Carly was like, okay, we've both had our issues with mental health, and that is a very difficult one because I try to be more aware of things I say. And that's one that I've personally been struggling with for a while, but it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Right. It is a sensitive word, and I get that because there's mental health issues in our household, but it's still kind of an okay word. Like, we've had the conversation about it in our house, so I can use that word the way that we mean it without it being offensive.
And I think that's the thing, is that when you're saying it, I mean, that's crazy that, okay, what's going on right now is crazy.
Yes, exactly.
You know, but when you say it like that, it's unbelievable.
Right.
You know, it's things like that. But I guess when you're using it in terms of when you're addressing someone's mental health and saying that they are crazy, that is not okay. Because she said, Nell's crazy, and we've said it many times.
Yes.
Maybe that is something we should start paying attention to, I guess, if you're using it to describe someone's mentality.
Yes.
You know, not just, again, what's going on right now in the world is crazy, you know?
Right. No, I think a better word would have been unstable, but I also understand when you talk to a friend, you use different language than you talk to, you know, your boss or whoever. So I think Carly was having a friend conversation with Nina.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just where it came down to. I mean, we've had that conversation even with recording the podcast. Sometimes we say stuff and then we go back and think, oh, wait, we need to clarify that, because hopefully everyone's listened to us long enough to know what we mean. But if you're a new listener and don't know our personalities, some of the stuff that we say could be taken out of context and be not nice.
Especially with you and the word appropriate. I don't think you've said it once today.
Oh, good job.
Good job, Amanda.
Good job, Amanda. Now I'm going to end up saying it before it's over.
Okay, let me find something that you could deem appropriate or inappropriate. Maybe that should be a new segment. Just get it out of your system. Okay, Amanda, what was appropriate and what was inappropriate this week? I'm just teasing, but absolutely. Like, that's one I can't even, we've said it though, you know, it's.
Yeah, no, we definitely have. We have used it inappropriately, technically.
You've used your inappropriateness for the duration of this podcast.
All right, I'll try. See.
No more.
Now you put it in my head.
Sorry. Of course, I could just be so used to it by now that I didn't even pick up on the fact that you might have said it.
That's true.
But yeah, I just like that, because sometimes it's good to see that they are addressing things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's very casual. Like, I posted something on my personal Facebook last night. It was a video about a girl with autism.
I did not watch the video, but I saw the post. Yes.
Watch it. It's amazing. And I'll link it in the show notes. And I had a friend who I've known since high school, and he commented and said, and I felt bad in a way because he was overly explaining he just wants to understand. Because from what he saw, she doesn't, and he quoted it, he's like, she doesn't, quote, seem, from what I understand, as autistic. He's like, can you help me understand this? And we had a nice conversation going back and forth a little bit. And once all this Corona stuff is away, we're going to have coffee. You know, that's a common misconception. But just saying, like, I mean, it pops up, you know, and people are like, I don't know exactly what to say. Please help me understand.
Right. I mean, you're limited by your own life experiences, and what you've heard is anything, a physical issue, a mental issue, whatever. And so if someone doesn't meet that criteria, I mean, even with this coronavirus, they came out and said, you have to have this symptom, and this symptom. Well, as time goes on, they're like, oh, well, loss of taste can be one of them. Oh, well, this can, blah, blah, blah. So it's with anything else. You set your understanding on the information you get at first, and then as time goes on, you don't understand when someone brings up a different symptom that wasn't in that original packet of information you got.
Perfectly said.
Thanks.
It's like, once you know better, though, do better.
Yes. But if you're using it, you know, once you have an understanding incorrectly, then you're just being a jerk. So we've had some soapbox moments during all this coronavirus.
Yes, we have. I don't even know how to segue into this one, but another line that I liked is when Peter said that it was Finn's decision if Violet could have a pastry.
Yes.
That was a very respectful.
Yes.
Moment.
Someone's taught him. He's learned. That was good.
But no, not to kill people, but he knows that Dad's rule goes.
That was very nice. I like that Finn's relationship is getting better with Peter, except for the fact that we know Peter's a jerk, and so we don't want their relationship to get better.
It's under false pretenses, but at least Finn is being the bigger man and is like, okay, I was wrong. Let's move on.
Right. Exactly.
But he wasn't.
Right.
Oh.
He's going to have a good I told you so moment that he's not going to use because he won't do that to Anna, but he has every right to in the end.
It's probably all going to come out at their wedding.
Oh, Violet saying that she doesn't want them to get married because then where's mommy?
That was so cute. Oh, so Megan tried to watch some of the episodes with me this week, and she was there for that part, and she looked at me and goes, "Who is that little girl? She is so cute." And I was like, "She is so cute. I agree with you." She was very impressed with her acting ability.
Well, and I love how they addressed it and basically said, we're not replacing mom,
Yes.
and that's really important because that could be very confusing for a child.
Yeah, I liked his explanation of your heart just gets bigger the more people that you love. That was very cute. I know you loved him already, but did your heart get bigger with that, Shannon?
It totally got bigger. Michael Easton makes my heart get bigger.
I can't think of anything else though. Although the whole week started out with, there was many comments on the Facebook about Jason pushing the moss away from him. That was so funny.
That was great. And we posted the video of it on our Instagram. And
yeah.
I mean, just everyone is like, why didn't it get thrown off?
It was so funny. And did you see on his on his normal Instagram that he made a comment about the moss better hope that they get back to taping soon if it needs watered, because if not, it's going to be dead.
Oh, I did not see that, but that's funny. He cares about the moss.
That's all to send it to you. It was cute. Someone else had tagged it. It was funny. I like that a plant gets so much attention from the world.
Well, and like so many people were like, it would have been great if Sunny had walked in and said like, what are you doing? Or is it tapped?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are saying, is there a wire in it? And is that why it was moved?
Ah, see, I didn't go there.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
I think his face was more just of annoyance than anything else.
Well, like everyone was saying, that was Steve. That wasn't Jason.
Yes.
That was a very real moment.
That was.
Almost like it was his reality check.
Reality check.
That was a good segue there. Good job.
Thanks. Hey, you brought it up with the moss.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your reality check this week?
Well, it's birthday weekend, so that's not really reality because there's no rules for birthdays. You just do whatever you want. So even though we've been at home and not able to be out in the world, they've been on their phones way longer. Saturday was Emily's. Sunday, which is the one we're recording, is Megan's. Today's their dad's, and tomorrow's Matt's. So yesterday, Emily was on her phone all day long, and she wanted Panda Express for dinner, and luckily they are still able to do takeout, so we got food there. And she got cupcakes from one of the local bakeries that also is delivering, which is awesome.
Are those the cupcakes that you sent me a picture of?
Yes.
So they weren't for you?
They were for me, but I'm nice and share. And because they are so nice, I guess we should explain that. So a friend of mine was nice and sent me cupcakes because the local bakery had posted that they would deliver the cupcakes to your house or anything that you wanted to your house with no contact, blah, blah, blah. So
within an 8-mile radius, right?
Yes.
So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, Oakmont Bakery is delivering within an 8-mile radius.
It's free delivery within an 8-mile radius. It's an extra $3 for every mile over that, but they will go up to 15 miles from Oakmont. So I just happened to whine because I do about, oh my gosh, I love these cupcakes, and look, they would deliver for free. I want cupcakes. It was just a comment, but my friend was very nice and sent them to me. And so Emily said, Oakmont Bakery cupcakes are better than any cake that you were going to buy for me. So can I just have one of your cupcakes? So we put a candle in the cupcake and sang happy birthday and did that for her. All the presents that I had ordered for her had already come in. So she had a pretty much traditional birthday. Megan's birthday, she's just getting gypped because all the things that she wanted are not shipping on their normal time. She wanted stuff from Victoria's Secret, and their whole facility shut down for a couple of days. So you couldn't order anything even online. So she has one present today and one present that's coming tomorrow. And then her birthday will just kind of be extended out like mine was, of a present every couple of days for the next week or so.
Thankfully, she's old enough to understand.
Yeah, she's taking it, in stride. There's no other way to do it. Her friends put together like collages on Instagram and all that, wishing her happy day with cute pictures that they've taken at school. So that's been fun all day, just seeing like the different sides of Megan that I don't get to see because she's at school all day and her friends put together. So it was that part of the reality check is all good. Tuesday's Matt's birthday. This is the first birthday that I will not be spending with him ever in his entire life, which makes me very sad. But we're going to be safe for Ari, and he's going to stay at his dad's because they both work. His dad and stepmom work out in the public, and we don't want to take that chance that Matt may have something on him and bring it home to me and the girls. So
yeah, at least it's not his 21st.
Yes, I'm so thankful that we got to do it upright last year because I would be in tears if it was his 21st this year.
Yeah.
So can't believe it's his 22nd. Now I feel old. Thanks. But
sorry.
But that was that. So yeah, a little bit of fun in the middle of all this everyday Groundhog Day feeling that we've been having.
Yes, that's a great comparison.
So what's your reality check?
I was going to say kind of the same, but we don't know. Not the same. I mean, other than we were officially under stay in shelter on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got one of those big floor pads from Dollar Tree, and I made multiple pages of cleaning lists, and I went through each room of the house. It's spring cleaning, but I just named it quarantine cleaning.
Okay.
And it's upstairs, and every day you have to each pick one. And so like yesterday the kids did their rooms, my husband did the living room, and it looks really good. And I am still on day 3 of the basement because I've been purging a lot, but I've also been going through things thoroughly. So I checked every pen that was in the junk drawer, and threw away every single one that wasn't, and things like that. So, and I'm just being very thorough so that I don't have to do this again for a while.
Yeah.
But, and the kids got their information about starting online school.
Yes.
Tomorrow, and my daughter's school is sending home work packets and might do some stuff online. Her therapist will work with tomorrow for a one-on-one session online, and her social skills group is going to test working online for an hour on Wednesday. And if that works, then that's how they will run the sessions during the duration of this.
Oh, that's nice. Things in place.
Yeah, but I mean, they had to jump through hoops because they have, they deal with HIPAA, they deal with
right,
different compliances and everything. And there wasn't law written for this case.
Right.
So they've had to make sure that it's been carefully planned out how they can help the kids, because I know all kids are struggling right now, but when you take away the structure from kids that really, really need it, or you take away the extra supports from people, not just kids, but,
right,
there's adults that need certain they seem non-essential, but they are,
right.
But also a high risk of going to it. So it's nice to see that they're figuring out ways to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I know people are doing speech therapy online, occupational therapy as best they can through online. So like the occupational therapist is telling the parent, okay, do this. And,
yeah,
I think that a lot of great things are going to come out of this, technology wise. And I feel like people's perspectives are going to change too, which is really nice, because I think that people are going to realize that the stuff that we do to keep ourselves busy all the time is maybe not necessary.
Right.
And we can slow down. So I don't know. I like silver linings. And so that's, although I cannot wait to go out to dinner with friends.
I think that, that's what I miss the most is seeing other people outside of the house, like my sister texted me earlier today and said, well, if we go over to mom's house and all sit in the backyard more than 6 feet away from each other, that would be okay. And I was like, yes, technically that would, but I can't do that with the kids. They're never going to stay 6 feet away from grandma. So but I think that that's what we're all missing, is that as much as technology is amazing and keeping us together, it's still not the same. So.
Right. I agree. But speaking of technology, we wanted to remind everyone that if you haven't used Instacart yet, we do have a $10 off your first Instacart order on our website, peer54podcast.com, under the savings tab. And you can just go there and get $10 off your first Instacart order. And I believe it is free delivery also. So that type of technology has been life-saving for a lot of people. So
amazing.
It is. But yeah, so I guess join us on Thursday when we talk about our first year.
I can't believe it's been a year already, but yep.
April 1st is the first year anniversary of our podcast.
So have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.